Benny Big Gun here. I'm coming at you all today with a review of the Xtreme. I've done a video on this before, but I haven't done a review yet. So, let's take a good look around the box real quick. It's made in China. That's the model number. Tactical Military Rescue. There's a lot of detail in the box. It's a really nice box. It's like a folded cardboard feeling box. Anyway, let's take a look inside. Of course, I have carried this knife for a month already. I'm just showing you how it comes. It comes in a plastic wrap thingamajig. And that's what's inside the box. Let's take a look around the knife. And get this to focus. You can see some of the detail there. So it says that Xtreme, USA. It's 440 steel, USA design. It says that handcrafted in China. Alright, so the opening system for this knife is a thumb stud design. You can see there. It's a liner locking design. And it has a jimping right here. As for blade movement, it does move a little bit left to right. Up and down, not at all. We have a bit of jimping right here. And then we have a cutout right here for the thumb. So you can hold it like that. I find it kind of interesting that they used leather right here. It's like, this is actually leather on both sides. I found it kind of interesting. And of course we have decorative screws right there. These are not real screws. These are decorative. All these screws. Apart from these for the pocket clip. Actually, no, I'm not sure about that. No, they're not decorative. No, I'm afraid I have to correct myself there. Sorry about that. They're not decorative. They come off on this side, I believe. So I believe you can move the pocket clip from here to here. At the edge, it holds a pretty good edge. I'll do a paper cut test in a few minutes. It's pretty comfy in the hand. Now, there are a couple of defects to this knife. As you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out. When I got this knife, the finish here, it's a satin finish. It's not exactly up to par. But keeping in mind this is an under sub $20 knife, so you can see the beveling is not exactly up to par. There you can see that defect right there. See if I can zoom in some more. There you can really see it. And all along, right here, the entire edge. Putting that aside, also here, when I got the knife, this started to come off very quickly and there were scratches in it. You can see right there. I noticed that when I got the knife first couple of minutes of using it. Now, the pocket clip is one of the things I'm going to have to complain about, because this is the tightest pocket clip that I have ever felt in my pocket. Now, it's not a bad thing that's tight, but the only problem is that it is very difficult to get in the pocket. Now I've got some measurements. I've got a piece of paper right here. Let's see, we have a blade length of 6.3 centimeters, 2.559 inches. We have an overall length of 17 centimeters, 6.693 inches. We have a closed length, which means the handle length closed, of 10 centimeters, 3.93 inches. And the wideness is 3 centimeters of the handle with a 1.18 inches. So that would make it that for the measurements. And another thing with this knife is, okay, let's take a look at the centering real quick before I discuss that. It's a little to the right by the looks of it. Now this knife is not very smooth to open at all. It's actually quite difficult, because if you take a look in here, honestly I don't know how well you're going to be able to make it out. I'll do the best I can with the light that I have. There are plastic washers in there instead of bronze or copper. Now that makes it quite difficult to open. And I have also oiled it before to make it a little easier, but it's quite difficult. It's manageable, but it's not as smooth as something like a Spyderco or a different brand. Now, let's come to the sharpness test. Now, another thing with this knife is it loses its edge fairly quickly. So I've had to resharpen it. It gets dull fairly quickly, so it holds a pretty decent edge. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a pretty decent edge. Now, what else is there to mention? There's not a whole lot else to mention about this knife. Another thing to mention is this pivot screw here. I haven't quite seen anything like it yet. It's a weird looking screw on both sides. I wouldn't know what kind of tool to use to open this. It's pretty weird looking, the screw. But apart from that, aesthetically, the knife is very nice. And it is not a bad knife for a sub $20 knife, so even with the defects, it's actually not too bad, in my opinion. So I'm going to get a quick pocket shot for you all, let you see that, and then we'll wrap up this video. So see you in a second. So there you have it. That concludes this review on the MTech Xtreme. If I had to rate this knife, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Or, yeah, I'll give it a... No, actually, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10. A 4.5, between 4.5 and 5 I'd give this knife. So I'd call it a pretty decent knife. And quite solid, but could be more solid. So it's not too bad. And so this concludes the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like, favorite, subscribe, and don't forget to, most of all, have a great day.